the thing about me, I didn't do nothing. I see what's going on, man.
No.
And I can,
I told you in the beginning.
See Gospel, make sure you hit them subscribe buttons and all notifications. Hello everybody, this is a sad one, a case of a young man throwing his life away, making the wrong decisions. We definitely can do better, young man. For a car, I mean, it don't take nothing to go hustle up 500, 600, 700, go buy a hoopty, man. But to take an officer life is unacceptable. But RIP to the family, to the fallen officer. Let's get into the story. Sad.
The murder of Chicago police officer Luis Huesca is officially charged.
NBC5's investigative reporter Bennett Haberly joining us now with what he's uncovered in the case. This is a huge arrest, Bennett.
It is. Stephen and Allison, a lot of attention on this case. Chicago police announcing this afternoon that Xavier Tate Jr. faces first-degree murder charges along with aggravated vehicular hijacking and possession of a stolen firearm. We've also learned from a neighbor that Tate was seen around that suburban complex prior to his arrest and reportedly spent time out of state before returning to Illinois. Video captured by a neighbor shows the arrest of 22-year-old Xavier Tate Jr. Wednesday at an apartment complex in Glendale Heights. In the video, Tate is flanked by officers as he's led away into a car. Law enforcement sources tell NBC5 when officers entered the apartment, Tate was hiding under a sink.
And actually, I know a certain person. At first, I couldn't identify the picture because I did not know who it was. Then they showed me a different picture, and I seen like the hair, kind of recognized who it was.
This neighbor said he saw Tate around the complex a few weeks ago. Tate's arrest came 10 days after the April 21st shooting death of Chicago police officer Luis Huesca. The 6-year officer was shot and killed in Gage Park while returning home from his shift. His SUV and service weapon were stolen. The day after, on April 22nd, Chicago police released surveillance images of a person they later identified as Tate, showing him walking around the area both before the shooting and nearly an hour afterwards. On April 26th, Chicago police continued the investigation into Huesca's murder at this brick house in Morgan Park. There, court records show an officer conducting covert surveillance noticed a man later identified as Cassius Tate tossing a gun over the fence into the yard next door. Officers recovered that gun, which turned out to be Officer Huesca's service weapon. Police arrested Cassius Tate. He also faces a burglary charge stemming from an incident on April 19th. Surveillance video shows a break-in at a Rickton Park convenience store where 2 men are seen pushing an ATM out the door. Xavier Tate, meanwhile, missed a court date on a criminal trespassing charge stemming from March. He's accused of trying to get into a rental property in Olympia Fields.
We know for a period of time he was in the state of Iowa, actually in the city of Dubuque, Iowa. He was under surveillance, and then when he came back to Illinois and the decision was made to take him into custody, the U.S. Marshals were involved in that, and they're good at 2 things. They're good at finding a fugitive, and they're equally good at putting back together where he was hiding.
Alderman Brian Hopkins, who chairs the Public Safety Committee, said the state's attorney's office is likely moving carefully in handling Tate's case because it involves a high-profile death of a Chicago police officer.
For all of us who were at the memorial service for the officer, talked to his family, he wasn't just a good cop, he was a good man. He was a young man with his entire life ahead of him.
A news conference is expected tomorrow involving Chicago Police Superintendent Larry Snelling, Mayor Brandon Johnson, and State's Attorney Kim Foxx. Tate is also expected to make his first court appearance on these formal charges. Allison and
Yes, young man, we definitely can do better, man. Please, young man, let's put the guns down and let's just think about what we do before our actions. Like, it's getting bad, young man. We losing y'all to the system and to the grave. Can we please make a change? But before we leave, make sure y'all subscribe and share and like and get all your notifications. DC Gospel. Till next time.